Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Cupid. If you're new here, welcome. Today we are going to be doing a reading about what makes you a good blank. All right? What makes you a good So this is going to be different for everybody. I left the end kind of mysterious because I want to be surprised. What are you good at? I want to know, what do people feel that you're good at? Either one specific person or several different people, right? And why are you good at it, right? What about how you do it makes them so infatuated or seduced. You know what I mean? So, anyway, we are going to go ahead and get into the groups. Instead of having objects for each group, instead of having objects for each group, I decided to do images. So after the intro, you guys will be able to pause and meditate and pick your group. And all timestamps for each group will be in the description box below. Catch you at your reading. Hi, group one. Welcome to your reading. We are going to get into what makes you a good, you know what I mean? So I'm curious, group one, what are you good at, right? What do you do that leaves a lasting impression? I am going to shuffle your cards and then I will catch you guys on the other side. Group one. All right, so I'm getting right off the rip, and I'm going to try, even though this is an 18 plus reading, I'm going to try to not get banned from YouTube or not get my video flagged, okay? So, group one, whoever you have been with, whoever you've been with, they feel like you are so good at, I want to say, giving oral. Okay, this is a double edge, right? And no pun intended, but you are good at not just giving oral sex, but I'm also seeing taking control, okay? In the top row here, we have the Ace of Swords, we have the Ace of Wands, and then we have the Hierophant, okay? And so already with these aces, group one, you're an initiator, okay? So already this is something that turns people on about you, or people who've been with you, right? They find this to be extremely alluring, okay? They find this to be extremely seductive, would probably be the best way of putting it, okay? They feel like you know what you want. And with the Ace of Swords here, I hear convincing. You're very convincing. You have a way of getting what you want out of them, right? It's almost like you can convince them to do anything. And I do feel like this is reciprocated, right? Because we have the moon right below this, right? And so this person, they feel what makes this aspect of you, or what makes you so good at this, a part of that is because you are able to make your fantasies come true, okay? This person feels like you really take care of their desires. With the moon here, you know, there are things that they've always wanted to do or explore, or may have felt self-conscious about enjoying, but with you, they feel comfortable. It's almost like validated and also fulfilled, right? There's an energy of like fulfillment here, having a desire met, having a need met, something that, you know, is deep within, and otherwise, you know, you really wouldn't share with someone else. And so it's like they feel like their needs are met while your needs are met. You both are kind of able to explore your desires without judgment. And so maybe this person also, they feel like you're a good communicator in the bedroom, right? They feel like you're a good collaborator in the bedroom is what I'm getting, right? Because of your communication. You're a great collaborator in the bedroom because of your assertiveness, your willingness to, you know, hear the other person out, right? We have spilled milk right below this. And so it's like something that they might have thought could be a mistake, or it's something they feel they could have been judged for. You know, it's like you don't really punish them for something that, like I said, could be seen as embarrassing. You know, I'm not sure what's happening in your physical life, right? But I do feel there's this energy of people, you know, kind of appreciating that you don't really like embarrass them or make them feel bad about little mistakes, right? There's an energy of just comfort, right? Being able to really get what you want. You know what I mean? And then here, I feel like this column is really talking about the connection, right? Feeling nurtured, okay? And see here with the, you know, she's hugging this tree, but I feel like this is really about that nurturing, right? This person, they feel cared for, the way you handle them, right? They feel as if you know, take the time to really, you know, nurture them in the moment, all right? Right underneath that Ace of Wands, you know, and the Ace of Wands, like I said, that's bringing me back to that, and, you know, you being like an initiator. So maybe this person feels like they've never really had this. Maybe they are more shy or introverted, or they're less likely to get out of their comfort zone, but the way you handle them is almost like you know what I'm saying, you kind of pull them away from that comfort zone into your arms, right? Or into your, you know, orifices. You know what I mean? And I know that's not a sexy word, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of pull them out of, you know, their head, where they're like constantly worried that they're going to be rejected, okay? And then we have this Eight of Pentacles here. And so this person, I feel like there's an energy of domesticity with you and this person and this energy. You see how in the image he's kind of like, he's just staring at her like doe-eyed, he's daydreaming, all while she's kind of like just taking care of them, right? Preparing a meal for them. And so this person is like, the way you have taken initiative in your relationship, specifically in the bedroom, it kind of makes them feel like there's less pressure to perform correctly, right? Maybe in the past they have felt pressure about how they looked or acted or did or didn't do. And with you, it seems like you guys just kind of click and they feel almost at home or at ease when you guys are intimate. And then underneath here we have link. And so this could be your sneaky link. And you guys are kind of like catching feelings for each other or whatever. But I also feel like this is about you, whoever, I feel like there's a specific person here. Okay, definitely a specific person. But they, you know, it's the way they feel connected to you, right? The way you've been able, it is because of the way you've been able to break these person's walls down, you know, let them, you've allowed them to feel comfortable enough to open new doors, right? This person feels expanded by you in some way. And like I said, it all goes back to the way you handle them. You could be, you know, a lot more assertive. And like I said, it's that oral, you know, that it's the oral, you know, it could be the physical, but it can also be you giving commands or voicing your desires or needs or speaking up in general. On this end, we have the Hierophant, right? We have the Hierophant, and then underneath that, we have the Five of Swords. So I feel like what's also coming through is you're not, like I said, it goes back to you not being judgmental, right? You're not here to be an authority or cast a judgment, right? Or make a call about them or what they like. You're not here to fight with them or argue with them or make things difficult, okay? When I see this Hierophant here, I'm thinking about a person that, you know, is not, who, like I said, is peaceful. Somebody who is not wanting to create chaos, but wanting to maintain, you know, a sense of, you know, order. And, you know, I would say the order is harmonious, something that, you know, is not coming from a selfish place, right? But, you know, the Hierophant can be seen kind of like in a judgmental kind of way, but right here, I don't see it that way. I'm focused on his white robes, and I just see somebody who is, you know, more focused on their discipline, right? So maybe it has something to the way you practice, right? The way you behave, the way you do things, right? The way in which you do things, it comes through as being very, you know, organized and systematic and intuitive or spiritual, or like I said, disciplined or orthodox, right? It's like having a strict code. And I feel like I said, your energy, a part of your code is not bringing hatred or negativity, right? It's like above it. Like they feel like you have this above it kind of thing, because with the Five of Swords here, there's all these swords, but I'm also focused on these two individuals coming together. And so it's like I said, all these swords are pushed to the side, right? These swords are pushed to the side so that you both can connect, okay? And then right underneath we have drama. And so I feel like this is really about you not, there's no drama, right? This person, like I said, they don't feel pressured to act perfectly, right? Or they will be judged and criticized and, you know, cast aside, right? I do feel like this person has felt has felt rejected in the past, right? This person has felt in some ways not enough. Whoever's energy is coming through, they felt in some ways like they were not enough. And with you, it's like they really do feel like, I don't know, it's like you give them the confidence, I think, or give them the comfort, right? The space. You provide the space. What I thought was interesting, group one, is that you got the Tower twice. So we have this Tower here with the man behind the couple. And then we also have this Tower here with this couple. And once again, she's like holding his junk. And so I feel like I said, this person, they feel like you're very good at handling them, right? You're very good at giving oral. You're very good at giving commands, taking control. See how this girl is taking initiative, right? This person feels like you, like I said, offload some of that pressure that they felt in the past. And in a lot of ways, it's going to influence them if they've not already. It's going to influence them over time to take more initiative on their own. I feel like with this Tower here, it's like I see this person, this guy being all stiff, and he looks really sad. But then this man comes in with this acts. And I feel like this is like you're the one coming in, and you're gonna chop down this tower. You're gonna break down this tower, these foundations, right? This person feels like you've come in and you shook up what they thought they knew, right? Their previous experiences do not, they're not similar to this experience. And so in a lot of ways, his perspective is being like shaken. And so, yeah, I feel like this tower here is really about, their previous notions coming down. I think it's interesting because both of these images make me think of somebody or individuals who are sneaking around, right? Something kind of secretive, right? Because even here, right, we have a couple and someone in the background. So, there's a lot of illusions of somebody is not supposed to be in this picture, okay? And remember I said sneaky link. And so, this sneaky link, some of you, this is an affair, right? Or some of, an affair doesn't necessarily mean that you are cheating on another person, but it does mean that you are hiding a relationship, right? So for some of you, you have a kind of secretive background relationship with this person, and it's kind of contributing to, I feel like it's kind of contributing to these barriers coming down, right? Maybe outside of you, this person wears a mask often, okay? And so with you, it's like they aren't wearing a mask, or they don't have to be the same type of person. And then we have the devil here, right? Somebody in the mirror. And I never noticed this, but there's her shadow here. So the woman here, then her reflection and her shadow. And so that's 3 individuals, right? 3 individuals in this image. Somebody is, first of all, if you're cheating, whoever is cheating on somebody, or the person you're hooking up with is cheating on somebody, I want you to know that their partner or your partner knows that you are cheating on them, or they're cheating on them. Okay? If that makes sense. Just so you know. But what I'm getting here is that, one, there's an attachment, right? There's an attachment through sex, right? This is a lustful connection. I feel like this is coming through because this does turn this person on, right? What makes you a good hookup, right, is what I'm getting here. You're good at giving head, for sure. You're good at giving orders or commands or being vocal or whatever. But this person, they do feel this way in part because of the secretness of the relationship, the toxicness of the relationship, okay? Maybe this person feels like they're doing something they've never done with the tower over here, right? I feel like I could get deeper, but this is because I feel like some deeper stuff is coming through. But yeah, this person, they feel, whoever's thinking of you and their energy is coming through, they are catching feelings, right? Because I feel like this is a friends with benefits, sneaky link, side piece, secret hookup kind of situation, right? Even this with the tower at night, you could both have partners at home. You could both have partners at home, right? Ooh, maybe this is what this is. These swords in the bed that are being pushed to the side. Some of you are, you know what? I'm not going to call y'all out. But I want you to know it's here. I want you to know it's here. It's coming through clear as day. That somebody here, it doesn't have to be everybody, but somebody here is cheating on somebody or enabling somebody to cheat. And I just want you to know, I'm hearing you made your bed. You made your bed. All right? The sword pointing to the bed. The sword's in the bed. Okay? Somebody has made their bed. So, anyway, And I just want to also point out timing is here. So I don't want to get too deep because that's not what this reading was about. But anyway, group 1, I hope this resonated. I hope you found it helpful. I hope you found it entertaining. And I'm super sorry about the negative energy at the end. I hope that's not you. If you enjoyed this reading in any capacity, give this video a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment. And if you would like to be notified whenever I post new videos, then subscribe and ring that notification bell. Bye, group 1. All right, group 2, welcome to your reading. You have chosen the second image. We are going to be getting into what makes you a good. So we will see what that mysterious talent is, group 2. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle your cards, and then I will meet you on the other side. Group 2. Okay, so I'm seeing that you are a good date. Okay, and I know that doesn't sound 18 plus right now, but let's just get into the cards. Okay, so I feel like this could be multiple people thinking this, but or one specific person, but somebody feels like you are a good date. You are a great date. Okay, and it's for a number of reasons. The first reason here we have 8 of Swords. Okay, and so instantly I'm getting that you know how to get with the program, right? And I hope none of this offends anybody, but just keep up with me, okay? With this 8 of Swords, I'm seeing that somebody feels like you are go with the flow. You kind of follow the rules, or you follow the tone. They feel like you don't create any problems. You know how to keep quiet about certain things. So that lets me know that for some of you, you may be dealing with people who are liars or cheaters, or you're cheating, or y'all are both cheating together. Maybe you don't exactly know, but you don't. It seems like this person feels like, okay, you're not going to cause a problem, right? Notice how they're kind of like paying attention to the fact that they're not alone, right? It's almost like I'm getting sneaking around, right? So you're good at kind of sneaking around and being quiet and keeping an eye on the surroundings, right? With the 8 of Swords, your surroundings, okay? And this person, whoever's thinking this, it does make you vulnerable. I'm not gonna lie, like they see this as something that makes you vulnerable, but that's what they like. They like that you, like I said, kind of get with this program with the 8 of Swords, okay? And then right underneath this we have the Devil, and I thought this was interesting because it's almost the same kind of figure or the same kind of pose here. And so this person or these people, they what makes you a good date is that you aren't opposed to co-signing some bad behavior, right? I heard demon time. So you have no problem doing what the bad boys do, or getting down with the bad kids, you know what I'm saying? Or doing something you're not supposed to do, right? With this Devil card, I'm getting something very lustful. So these could be one night stands or friends with benefits. You're a good date because part of it is like you're not really taking things seriously, and you are okay with with controversial behavior. I'll just keep it at that. Then right underneath here we have Watch, and so I feel like this goes back to you being mindful of the surroundings. You know how to kind of keep watch, right? That's what makes you a good date, right? Is that you you know how to keep an eye on things, right? So for example, let's say you're a side chick that knows you're a side chick, okay? No offense, but this person likes that you will keep an eye out literally of the surroundings, right? To make sure their partner isn't catching them or pulling up or calling, right? You know how to be quiet when that person calls or when that person asks questions or, you know, show up at the same place. You know how to kind of hide or duck or, do something. You know to do something that essentially enables whatever behavior this is, right? You're co-signing something, right? They like how you are like an accomplice in a sense, right? With this watch here, okay? And they like that kind of go with what they do. Like, they like that you do what they do, right? I feel like there's a mimicry kind of energy here where you kind of like are influenced by this person. And I have a suspicion why, but we'll get to that, okay? So then next we have this King of Coins. We have a King of Coins, and then we have the Death card, and then we have personal, okay? So I'm not going to lie. This is now making me feel like it's a specific person thinking about you. But I feel like this person, they like that you are theirs, right? And in a sense, like they like with this King of Coins and then personal. I heard personal slave, personal toy. I'm not gonna lie. This is giving somebody who sees you as like their thing, right? Something that just kind of does what they want. You are for their entertainment, right? With this King of Coins, it could be somebody who's older than you or has more money than you or feels like they provide something or they paid for something from you. And in a lot of sense, even the way this embrace is, it feels like this person, they really get off on the fact that they kind of like have you because of their status. And then even here we have this box with all these coins coming out, almost as if perhaps he has paid her or he's gifted her, right? And so this person, they feel they like that they can persuade you, right? They like that. What they like about you or what makes you a good date is that you're able to be persuaded, you're able to be impressed, right? They're able to impress you with their status. And then with the Death card, I'm not gonna lie, this person, like, what makes you a good date, and I'm seeing this as somebody you go out on dates with often. So it's like date, not just a one-time date, but you're like a good date. Like, to this person want to go to a party and they need a plus one, they want to bring you because they know that you want to do as many shots as they want to do. They know that at the end of the night they're gonna get that like they want to. They know that if they invite you, you're gonna be down for whatever, okay? With the Death here, it's like they are able to change you. They are able to shape you, right? They like that you will go through these transformations, right, for them, right? They like that you will, and I feel like this is more situational in terms of that change or transformation. It's more about the situations, right? So this person may like some type of variety or may be spontaneous or who knows, but we see this figure, right? We see Death literally in the background, and we see a woman. She's holding the weapon, and she's also hovering over this skeleton, this dead body, this corpse, or she's like leaning over it and bending over. And so I feel like this person, it's almost like they're able to get you to do things you wouldn't ordinarily do. They're able to get you to be in situations that in their mind you wouldn't normally do without them, or that you are only doing because they asked, right? And so they like that when they go out with you, like I said, you kind of become their personal toy, right? You become you're a good time. You're a good time. And look, you can certainly be enjoying this for sure. But I'm just pointing it out from their perspective, or whoever this person or people, from their perspective, going out with you is it's almost like a power trip, right? They are able to kind of like feign this impressiveness. And I mean, and they could truly be impressive people, right? But it's the way you kind of like stroke their ego, you know, by being so submissive, I would say, so agreeable. All right. Then we have this Three of Pentacles. This person or these people, they like that you are able to contribute, right? So with the Pentacles here, and then even this image, right? A group of people who are out. So they like that when you are included in things, they don't have to pay your way. They, you know, you kind of provide the funds on your own. They also like that you do seem like an equal, right? They see you like as an equal contributor is basically what I'm getting here. In terms of the physical aspect, right? You show up. I'm getting perhaps you sometimes even get your own ride, you know, or meet them there. Yeah, there's something here. It's like you're all independent. So there is a lack of commitment here. I'm getting a lot of singleness, like single individuals coming together and having fun, but not necessarily being dependent on each other or relying on each other. And then beneath that here with the Fool, I feel like this person, they feel like you're a good date. And this goes back, like I said before, you being easily impressed. I'm getting like a naive, somebody who in their mind hasn't been to many places, hasn't done many things. And so they feel like they're like showing you a whole new world. They're showing you a whole new lifestyle or perspective. And they like that you're able to come along and be a contributor to these experiences. And they like that you are enjoying yourself. Like I feel like this dude, he's watching her and he's smiling and he's kind of like happy that she is, you know, her head's thrown back. She's, you know, like I said, she's enjoying her time out. And they feel like they like that they're able to show you these new experiences, open you up to new things, right? With the Fool, right? Somebody who's like fresh faced, new to the world. And then we have Shapeshift here, which I think really ties into what I said about them being able to mold you or get you to do things that you maybe wouldn't have done. They feel like what they're providing for you or what they're doing for you here or what they're showing you is shaping you into a different person, a newer person. And they feel really proud of this. You know what I mean? And that doesn't have to be a bad thing. But yeah, they feel proud and happy that they're able to be the one to give you these experiences. But like I said, this person, they definitely like that they're able to impress you. They like that you are impressed by them. It could be with this this is a page of coins. It could be that they also like that you're still learning and growing. You could be younger than this person or just less experienced in certain things. And then we have character here. I feel like this person sees you kind of as a blank slate, or they see you as someone becoming. And so it's almost like a character being created, like I said, with this shape shift. You know what I mean? This is interesting, group 2. We also have a Knave of Wands here. So I feel like even if there is an age difference, this is somebody who's spontaneous. They like to have fun. They like that you can be spontaneous. But at the same time, with the Justice here, they're not really looking for a commitment, okay? They, like I said, want something that feels like an equal partnership, two people equally contributing to seeing each other, but also equally independent of each other, right? So this person, like I said, that you're a date. They like to go out with you. They like to invite you to things. They may even like to invite you to trips or just weekends or a night, right? But at the same time, I don't see this as somebody who is like in a relationship with you. But they do enjoy the balance that you guys have, right? And they feel like you trust them, right? They like that. And this could go back to that naivety, that they are projecting onto you or they perceive of you. They like that you are kind of trusting this dynamic, right? You're trusting them in this situation. And this may be an ideal situation for them, right? To be single, but have somebody consistently that they are able to, have access to. All right. So anyway, that's all I have for you today, group 2. I really hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated. And I hope it was insightful in some way. And if you would enjoyed this reading in any capacity, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment. And if you would like to be notified whenever I post new videos, then subscribe and ring that notification bell. Bye, group 2. All right, group 3, welcome to your reading. You have chose the 3rd image. We are going to get into what makes you a good. So, what is this mystery talent that you have, group 3? So, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle your cards, and I will catch you on the other side. All right, group 3. So I'm seeing that whoever, and all the groups, even though they did kind of start vaguely or as if they could be anyone, they always end up being more specific, right? Somebody is going to have an opinion of you that goes a little deeper than other people, right? At least one person. I feel like with this 8 of Cups here, somebody, they like, I'm getting what you're good at. What you're good at is kind of being in need, okay? Somebody in need. Somebody who should be serviced or needs to be served or helped, right? This person, they feel like you're very good at being a damsel, right? Almost, right? This is somebody who likes to be a hero. I'm not gonna lie. This is somebody who they like to feel like a protector, especially over the person that they're dating. So this person with the 8 of Cups, maybe they feel like they are helping you heal from some past hurt or pain or some past relationships, or they feel like you're helping them heal from some past relationships. But I do feel like this person, they feel like they are helping resolve something, right? Then we have this 4 of Pentacles, and so somebody waiting, and I see how this guy is like watching her sleep. This person, they see themselves protecting you, and they see you as being like kind of worthy of this protection, right? This is almost like a pedestalization. I'm seeing this person, to them, you're very good at being on this pedestal that they would need you on in order to be your hero, okay? With this personal underneath, I feel like this person has kind of like declared you theirs, right? They have a big fat crush on you. They've chosen you. But they also feel like you stroke their ego here, right? The way this dynamic between you and them plays out, particularly in the bedroom or when you're alone together, right? Whether you're doing something sexual or not, when you're alone together especially, this person feels like you play into their desire to kind of like be needed, right? It's very personal to them, the way you treat them, right? I see you here as this Queen of Pentacles. And so this person does, like I said, put you on this pedestal, right? They've elevated you. They feel like your image or your archetype is like the damsel in distress, right? See how this woman, she's kind of like vulnerable to the crowd, vulnerable to the public, right? She's this queen, yes, but she's exposed and everything's ripped to shreds and everybody's kind of like, whoa, around her. They see you as somebody who, like I said, needs to be saved, needs to be helped. Yes, it's like, yes, you are this independent, strong, person, but you also need their help. It's like a weird contradiction, but I understand it, right? I completely understand where this person is coming from, right? They don't want to take away your strengths, but also at the same time, there's something about how you are with them that really strokes that provider, protector, savior ego, that scratch that they need to be scratched, or that itch that they need to be scratched. Okay. And I feel like here with the Six of Pentacles, this is somebody who maybe they feel like they saved you from a past relationship, or maybe you've rebounded to them from a past relationship and they know they're a rebound. Maybe this person, maybe they literally took you from somebody, or they, who knows? I feel like this person knew your ex. Maybe this person literally did help you get out of that relationship in some way. Who knows? But underneath that, we have By. And so it's almost like this person wants to take you away from these hardships, or they see you as somebody that they've taken away from hardship. And they like that they've been able, it's very like self-focused to them. I'm not going to lie. Like, the way they're thinking of you is very much like more so about them, right? How they perceive you to be in their fantasy, right? It's not really because, like, what are you good at? It's not about anything you specifically do. It's more so about how you are vulnerable, or how you allow them to kind of take the lead or take control or help you or watch you. And I say that too because we have this Six of Swords here. You actually got Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck twice. And so here with the Six of Swords, it's almost like I said, they feel like they're helping you leave behind hardship, right? They like that they are able to take you away, okay? In this image, I love how he's like laying her gently down on the grass, or that's how I've like perceived it in this reading. But this person, they see you as like somebody gentle and fragile. Like, they want to treat you like you're gentle and fragile. Even though, like I said, they know you are this queen. They know you are capable. They know you are independent and strong and a leader. But at the same time, they like want to alleviate some of those pressures. They want to take the edge off for you. They don't want you to have to work so hard or do so much. They like you in this position of being, like I said, this damsel in distress, right? Somebody in need of being saved. With the Four of Swords, I love how this woman, she's like standing here with her arms out. So maybe, like I said, outside of them, you are this person. They like that they're able to kind of give you that rest away from being so in charge and strict, or however you are, right? This tense, focused leader. They like when you're with them and you come off as ditzy or aloof or happy and relaxed and joyous, right? They know outside of them you have a lot on your plate. You have responsibilities and you can't really be like that. And so it's kind of coming through for somebody, but they feel that you need rest, right? With these swords, they feel like you need rest with the Four of Swords, and they like that they're able to give you that rest. They like they like that you're able to rest with them, or feel comfortable enough to rest with them. We have this King of Swords here, so this person definitely sees themselves as a equal, but maybe not necessarily in the same ways, right? They feel like they're also a king. They're also somebody who has something to bring to the table. With the Ace of Pentacles, I feel like they want to bring to the table some type of stability, right? See how she's this queen, but everything's falling apart off of her? This person feels like they're bringing some stability in to your life. And via this connection. And like I said, they like what it is that they like is that they're able to save you. It's all through this reading. Even here we have order, right? This person, they like feeling kind of in control, right? And I think you do need to be wary of this a tiny bit, because we have strategists. But interesting enough, we have tyrant at the bottom and it's in reversed. Ooh, but then underneath we have shapeshift. So I do think you need to be mindful of this person wanting to take too much off your hands, right? Especially in terms of your finances. Be very careful about giving this person access to all of your finances or access to controlling you financially, okay? Because you really don't know what it is that somebody wants at the end of the day. And with this order and the King of Swords and then strategist here, I feel like, and this Ace of Pentacles and the fact that this tyrant was in the reverse, I feel like this person may have ulterior motives and may be trying to present things a certain way as to not come off one way, but really they do want control. Like, okay, they want a damsel in distress. They want to take you out of this leadership energy. And I think there's always room for balance. I'm one of those people, I relate to this, where like outside, I'm a boss, but at home, especially with my partner, I want to be soft. I want to be cared for. But at the same time, is this person imposing that onto you, or are you really like that? And even if you are like that, are they suggesting things that remove your agency? Okay, because like I said, this person has kind of like a savior complex situation. They like that, they feel like a savior. But with this strategist, like I said, it's coming off like they have a plan in their mind, or they have an idea in their mind that they are trying to implement, okay? And they, you just, like I said, you just never really know what it is. This could be an ex too, with this Eight of Cups, right? Like, I feel like this could be an ex. I feel like for some of you, an ex that came back, maybe they feel like they convinced you to get back with them. Who knows, right? It's the end of the reading, and now there's like a whole nother narrative coming through. But yeah, this person, if it is an ex, they definitely are prey. It's like they want to prey on your, on the part of you that desires more rest, right? Or that desires to feel more at ease with a partner. And they may be trying to use that to get something else, okay? If it's not an ex, it's definitely somebody that feels like they definitely think about your past partners and how you were treated, and they feel like they are treating you better, and they're like kind of taking you away from this negative past, okay? So anyway, group 3, I'm going to end your reading here. I really hope you enjoyed this reading, or you found it insightful, or it resonated. If you enjoyed it in any capacity, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment, and if you would like to be notified whenever I post new videos, then subscribe and ring that notification bell. Bye, group 3.